Hey guys, Camera with Car Audio now again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Wet Sounds REVO6. We're going to give you an inside look at the speaker, walk through some of the key features and what makes them so great. We're going to be installing these into a Nautique G23. Finally got our hands on some of these to test in a boat, and we'll give you a walkthrough of what we thought and how they performed as well. So let's take a look. Let's open up the box and give you guys a look at some of the key features. Okay, so let's take a look at the REVO6. Let's open her up. One of the first things here that you're going to see when opening up the speakers is obviously the manual and or the guide, right? And so this is going to give you some of the information like, you know, your cutout dimensions, your depth, the grill diameter, some instructions for actually uninstalling the grill and removing the tweeters. And then of course you have some of your power specs and power handling. So these 6.5-inch speakers can handle about 100 watts RMS and 200 watts peak. So they handle a pretty significant amount of power compared to some of the alternatives like the JLM6, which handles about 75 watts RMS, or the Kicker KM65s, which handles about 65 watts RMS, just to name a few. And then beneath the guide here, the manual, you have some cutout templates, and these are really nice templates so that you can easily cut out and drill, you know, your holes to the correct position and size specifically for these speakers. And let's see here, below that you see Wet Sounds. Wet Sounds will give you some of the mounting hardware along with these waterproof connectors, which actually makes wiring the speakers kind of simple. And if you ever have to remove the speaker, replace it, you simply wire these connectors into the existing speaker wire, or the new speaker wire that you're running on your boat. And they provide these waterproof clips for both the power along with the RGB LED wiring. So let's pull out one of these speakers here. Okay, now we got the speaker out of the box. Let's take a look. And the first thing you'll notice here when you pull them out really is just their weight and the rigidity. Each speaker weighs about 4 pounds, so they feel pretty stout, which is a good thing. So, you know, if you look at the back of the speaker motor here, you can see that it's encased very well. And actually what's underneath here, this back clip, is the crossover itself. So, you know, this piece can actually be removed, but the crossover is well protected from the elements underneath here. And you also don't have to wire up a separate, you know, crossover box in line with the speaker. And one of the unique features that's specific to Wet Sounds is actually the basket itself. So if you take a look here, the material that the basket is made out of, it's called Nylas. And Nylas is essentially a nylon fiberglass composite material. It's really good at withstanding the elements. It's very it's very strong. You know, heat, corrosion, impact, vibrations, all the things that you would expect on the water and in the boat. You know, this material is really built to withstand the elements. And let's take a look a little bit deeper in here. See if I can give you a look. One of the other Wet Sound specific features here is related to the spider here. They use Santoprene rubber as well here, you know, for the speaker spider, which is a lot more resilient than typical spider materials that in some cases are made out of cotton or other sort of permeable or water absorbent material. The Santoprene rubber is really good at protecting the inside and just the speaker in general from moisture, from the elements, while maintaining the performance of the speaker. Let's take a look at the front here now. So I'm gonna set this down. So one of the first things you'll notice here is the grill, you know, a pretty aggressive grill. Wet Sounds actually has 8 different styles of speaker grills that you can choose from. This one in particular happens to be the XS-B-SS.
Or in other words, the black and chrome open grille.
And you can see that this is blue right now because it has some protective film over it, but this is chrome underneath. The grill is mounted to the speaker via 4 screws on the backside of the casing. And so you know, you can simply unscrew the 4 screws here and replace them with an alternative grill. If you end up wanting to change them out, or for some reason, you know, or another, you actually wanted to custom paint these to match the interior of your boat or some other style, you know, you simply remove the screws, you pull the grill off, and you remove the speaker, the tweeter wiring, and you untwist the tweeter and remove the grill. It's pretty simple. And another benefit of this type of fixed grill, and you can kind of get a sense of this, is really the rigidity of the grill itself. I've personally had a few different types of coaxials in the bow of my boats, where, you know, people sit down or throw something against the speaker of the grill, or the grill of the speaker, and the tweeter or the grill itself will actually crack. You know, if you take a look at the grill and the tweeter, it's mounted in a way that it's super rigid, and resilient. You really don't have to worry about that kind of thing, you know, breaking either the tweeter or the grills with this speaker. And so, speaking of the tweeter, a little bit more information about the tweeter. It comes with a 1-inch titanium dome tweeter. Obviously, it's fixed to the grill, and it's suspended. It's suspended above the cone, right? So this isn't a speaker where the tweeter is built into the cone. It's suspended above it, which is my personal, I think, you know, most audio enthusiasts' preference. You know, having the tweeter above the cone gives the cone more surface area instead of having it built into the cone, or the center of the cone. And it's just better at producing those mid-range and mid to low range frequencies, because of the surface area of the cone. And if you take a look at the backside of the tweeter, I don't know if I can give you a good look at this, but underneath the tweeter here is actually the LED light. So what it does is it fires downwards onto the cone, which produces the light when you turn them on. And on the speaker itself, Wet Sounds uses a Santoprene rubber surround like the Spider, which is really well adhered to the injection molded. This is a composite cone. You know, Santoprene, in terms of the surrounding, is pretty much the gold standard when it comes to, you know, all weather or you know, outdoor speakers. It's very resilient to UV rays. It doesn't crack over time. It's just good material. And it's used in high-end speakers and outdoor speakers. So that's about it. So let's take a look at what this looks like in our boat, and I'll give you some more information about how it performs.
So here's a couple pictures of what they looked like after we installed them in the boat. Like I said earlier, we put these into a Nautique G23. Obviously, they have the grills that we use to cover the speakers back up. So in the daytime, they were pretty subtle, and also note that the Polk logos on there are going to be covered up. We were still working on some vinyl logo stickers to cover those up at the time of taking the pictures. But at the nighttime, we actually didn't use the RGB lighting. We leveraged the internal lighting of the G23. We thought it looked very clean, you know, with the white light. The only thing that I'll really note with these speakers, you know, we were very impressed with the performance of these. We thought that with the rest of the system, you know, these would be the bottleneck. We had two 12-inch subs and 4 Rev 10s. These were powered. We had 6 of these Revos that were powered by a Cindy X6, which pumps about 125 watts RMS. Obviously, we didn't need that much. But we were really impressed with the performance of these and their ability to cover the mid to low range frequencies at the high volumes that we were actually pumping through them. You know, obviously, a lot of people are throwing the REVO8s and 8-inch speakers in the boats, and you're going to get a little bit better of a well-rounded speaker with an 8-inch speaker in general, but these 6.5s did not underperform. They were plenty loud, and they covered the frequencies that we needed to with the setup that we had. So we were very impressed with them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to just subscribe below if you like this video and want to see more. And we'll see you next time.